Hi, this is Kathi Quinn with Floriani. Floriani is a division of R&K Distributing, and I want to welcome you to this week's Project of the Week. Well, I've been out on the road again, and I was just at Quilts and Lace in Melbourne, Florida, and we had a great hands-on event. I had such a great time. It's such a wonderful shop. But I had some questions about our lettering. So we're going to look at some new aspects. I don't know that I'd call them new, but the coding that nobody seems to quite understand. So let's go ahead and look at it. I'm going to come up to the T for text, and I'm going to left mouse click on it. Remember, I can pick just horizontal text, round text, vertical text, or I can pick a path, a path that I would like the text to go along. For today's exercise, I'm just going to select horizontal text. Now you notice there's an A stuck to my cursor, so the minute I left mouse click on screen, it has now activated my lettering. And of course, just like with any of our one-click wonders in Floriani, the minute you click on it, it brings up our window like magic, our properties for everything that we can actually do in lettering. So right now I'm going to type in Floriani lettering. Okay, well, and I'm not going to have them all capitals. Let's try again. Floriani lettering. Okay. Now notice if we come over and we drop down, we've got all kinds of little codes in front of everything. So let's look and see, what do these mean? Well, we're going to come up and we're going to start up here at the top with BL. BL stands for block. So anytime you see a BL, you're going to see a block lettering. Now this alphabet happens to have only capital letters, so since I typed in Floriani lettering using uppercase and lowercase, it only has uppercase letters. So if you come across this and get a little frustrated, realize you didn't check your alphabet. And how do we check our alphabets to see what we can stitch out? We merely hover with our mouse over, and this shows me the characters available are all uppercase. And notice this particular Academy Bean also has no numerals. Okay, so let's come on and let's drop down our menu and let's go to block Anna. Now notice it has uppercase, lowercase, numerals. It also has a lot of our symbols, as well as some of the foreign letters to use in our alphabets. It also tells us the minimum height for this alphabet is 0.39 inches or 10 millimeters, and the maximum is 3 inches. So now I'm going to apply, and you can see here I have a nice block lettering alphabet. Let's fit this to screen, and there it is. So let's come on down. Now let's look at the next one. We see the words AP in front of this. Well, that's an applique alphabet. Now I'm going to apply. And again, you're going to notice here, this is all uppercase. We don't have lowercase. We just have smaller. Well, I take it back. This is lowercase. I apologize. So we do have upper, lowercase, numerals, as well as symbols. Again, it gives me minimum and maximum height. So AP is for applique. Now let's come on down and let's go to SC. SC stands for script. So let's apply our script alphabet. So now we have our script lettering. And I'll show you a little trick when I'll find another script and show you a little trick. So let's come on down and let's find some more script here. Let's try Brio and apply. Very good. This one isn't the one I want to pick. Let's keep going. Let's look at Calvington script. Ooh, that's a pretty script. Let's come on down to Christina. Let's go to Camellia first. See if that does me. Oh, Caroline. Now here, maybe this one will work. You notice it's a script alphabet, but we always think of script as touching. Well, this one isn't touching, so how would I do that? I would put a minus, as in there's my minus sign, and I'm going to minus, and notice my letters are going to get closer together. Obviously that's way too much, so let's just minus 1. So let's undo as our friend, of course. Now let's do minus. Okay, let's do minus 2. And that looks about right to connect our letters. Now it is a little close between the F and the L, so we would come in here to our blue diamond, which is our kerning icon, and scoot that over just a hair. But then all of our lowercase are touching. So if you've got a script that is separated and you want it to touch, you just put a minus in the spacing instead of a positive to make more space. Okay, let's come on and let's look. Now let's look at O. O stands for outline. I like to actually think of it as options, because if it has the O in front of it, not only does it give us an outline alphabet, it gives us lots of other options. So on Breezy here, let's just go ahead and apply this. Now let's come in here and see under style, what else can I do to Breezy? Well, I can make this a run. So let's apply the run. I can also come in here and say, let's make this a satin. Let's apply that. Now this is a little small for a satin, because what it's actually doing is it's giving us a satin. Whoops, wrong one. I want to pick the black arrow here to make it larger, both height and width proportionately. There, now you can see how in here it's doing a satin stitch around it. Now let's come down and let's go to applique, which is going to look a lot like a satin, obviously. But then if I pick applique, then I can come in here. Let's go ahead and make this a little bit bigger for this. I can come into applique once I've selected that as my option, and I can come in here into applique, and then I can change it. Do I want it to be a satin, a blanket, or motif? So I have full applique capabilities when I have an alphabet that allows me to change it into applique. Okay, so let's go back to text here. I can also make it a default with a run. So it will be the regular default stitch, but it's going to have a run stitch around it. So we've got a default with a run. And you'll notice here, let me right mouse click and break up text. Now you'll see the F has a run around it. So if you wanted to come in here and select, let's just come in here and do this. Look at some stuff we can do. I can hold down my control key and I'm going to select all my runs. Let's come on down here. Now let me show you the easy way I could have done that. Let's come in here and say I just want to see runs. See how easy that would be? Now I can come here and select the top one, come all the way down, hold my shift key and select all the runs, and I could say, you know what, I want the run around it to be a different color. Now I could go ahead and say all segments again, but notice here I have a default stitch with a green run around it. So that would be how I would play with that. So let's go ahead and bring our properties box back up. I've got so many programs on to do this that it's making it a little slow. So let me go ahead and select my run stitch again. My text stitch again. And notice I broke it up. So now I want to show you something very important. Now that I broke the text up, it no longer sees it as text. Do you notice over here? Now when I select these are selected just like any other design portion, because the minute you break up text, it is now a design, so you no longer have the options to deal with it as text. So this is important to know. So if you're going to do something like, for instance, changing the outline color and you've broken up your text, make sure your lettering is exactly where you want it, size, spacing, and everything, before you break up the text, because then it acts like individual pieces of a design. So let's go back to a new piece of paper. Let's grab our text tool again. Left mouse click on the screen. Type back in Floriani lettering. And let's come on down and see what else we have. We also have in front of these, you will see the number 60. When I select that and let's apply, what this is telling me is this is to be used with 60 weight thread. Now at Floriani we have 60 weight thread both in our embroidery thread, and we also have 60 weight thread in our new Quilters Select line. Now that is a Quilters Select is an Alex Anderson product with Floriani, but however it has a 60 weight paracotton thread, which makes it have a nice matte finish. It looks beautiful, it stitches beautiful, so for your quilt labels and stuff, that might be another option. Also, let's go ahead and select this. Let's take it off of 3D. Let's select this again. Now notice I've lost all my control points because I used the select key. To get all my control points back, I would merely click on the T for text, and notice all my control points come back. Okay, let's come on in and let's look some more. Now we have HW. This is for handwritten, so it has a handwritten look, and we have several of these in here. Let's go to Ever After. This is a hand look. So you will see we've got HW as well. Now let's see if we've hit everything. Oh, here's another one, RN. RN stands for run stitch. So if you're looking for a run stitch, say to do a label or something where you want it to be a simple run, this is what you would pick, would be one with RN in front of it. So I hope this makes things a little easier for you as far as the lettering and what we're doing with all of it. We're trying to always, of course, make everything easy, because that's the way Floriani rolls, is we always want to be easy. So as you can see, you've got lots of specified text for yourselves to come in here and at one glance find out if you need a block, a script, an applique, handwritten, 60 weight, or a run stitch. So I hope this has kind of explained all that for you. I hope I taught you some little tips on lettering that you might not have known, and I look forward to seeing you again next week for the project of the week. Have a great week.